My daily routine starts at 4:30 in the morning. I wake up, prepare my breakfast, and then I start training with my clients. With Sporty Life Aruba, we're training like 50-55 clients every month. So every morning starts at 5 a.m. in the morning up till 7, and then in the evenings it starts again from 6 to 8. So once I'm done with Sporty Lifestyle, I go home and I prepare for being a realtor and as a photographer during the whole day. Sometimes I'm busy with that, sometimes, it flows. In between, I'm trying to be a good husband, of course, and being a good father, taking care of the kids and the family. And in between, if I have time available, I have my training sessions. So, which means every day I have at least one training sessions. On Tuesday and Thursday, I have brick sessions. So brick sessions means I have 3 training sessions on one day, starting 30 minutes workout with swimming, 30 minutes strength training, and 1 hour biking. So those 2 days on Tuesday and Thursday are the hardest one. And in between, I'm taking my recovery, reading books, and trying to be updated with the race. How do I prepare myself for the different climates in where I race? That's very hard because basically I cannot train specifically here in Aruba. Aruba, as we all know, is super warm and it's windy, it's sunny, and basically the races where I do participate is it's always cold. We have a lot of mountains over there, and in Aruba it's basically flat. So I'm trying to train as specifically as possible. So for example, most of the times I train indoor. So for example, I train on my bike, I train a lot of hills. Of course, I use the high altitude machine, of course, to create more red blood cells, create more oxygen. And swimming wise, the good part is in Aruba, it's pretty rough ocean out there, so that's good, although we don't have the cold water. So sometimes, we create a cold bath. So, I'm going under with ice cubes to make it a little bit colder. But still, it's almost impossible to train as specific possible for the race. I don't believe it gives me like a disadvantage or an advantage, to be honest, because I do believe like 80% is mentally. So if you're mentally strong, whatever comes, you will conquer it. I've been there, done that. We started with Alaska Mon in 2018, which my biggest conquer over there was, of course, the cold water. We jumped into the water, it was freaking cold, but eventually your mind is gonna take over. If you're mentally not strong, of course, you're gonna hit the wall. So I don't believe I have a disadvantage or an advantage here in Aruba. Basically, it's up to you if you want to finish and conquer the challenge, of course. The inspiration why I move forward with those extreme races is I grew up as a little kid, enjoying sports my whole life. And then when I was 18, I joined the Marines and seeking more challenges in life. I started running 5Ks, 10Ks, eventually marathons worldwide, and then I didn't find the challenge anymore. I came to Aruba and I started doing triathlons, which was, something out of the box, combining 3 sports in one. So, I participated in a few Ironmans, which I really loved it, but eventually, I didn't feel as a challenge anymore. I was just a number, and eventually I found another challenging race, which is called X-Tri. X-Tri is like an extreme challenge with the same distances in a full triathlon. So I registered for Alaska Mon and Patagon Mon in Chile. So last year we did 2 races. The meaning I say we because I cannot do it alone. We have a whole team, including of course my family. We need to have a support team in order to participate in those extreme challenges. After finishing those challenges, you feel whole again. It's amazing, every time when you challenge your body and your mind to go for a higher level, you need to be ready for that as well. So the moment you finish, you see your family over there, it feels like a victory. So, besides the fact that it is an inspiration for myself to move forward, my family inspires me as well to move forward. And of course, I do feel I am an example to society and also, being like a coach in my company as well. I do believe, in the whole quote, like anything is possible. It is possible as long as you're dedicated and motivated to the cause, of course. Competing in Norseman feels like the cherry on the ice cake, to be honest. Everyone worldwide knows Hawaii is like equal to Ironman. And in the extreme triathlons, Norseman is equal to X-Tris. It's so hard to get in because I tried to get in for 4 years to finally heard the news that I got into Norseman. Norseman is like it's the championship of the extreme triathlons. They promote it as the world extremist triathlon in the world. And when I heard the news a few weeks ago, I was so enthusiastic. In a way, in another way, you know, another fear came up because, you know, the reason why I mention fear, because I know what's coming. In a way, you know, it's gonna be cold again. The mountain is gonna be so brutal. You know, all the elevation in it, in the biking part and the run part is gonna be so brutal. But I do remember every time when I finish, my family is gonna be there, and it's gonna be like so amazing.